like stuff along them lines. I'll get into that a little bit later, but that's what I'm deciding to do. And what really made my mind up to do that is because 3 years ago, my grandmother had a stroke. Well, a while back she had a stroke, like 10 years ago. They put her on blood thinners to stop her from having strokes. She went to go have a back surgery 3 years ago, and her doctor took her off of her blood thinner instead of switching it for one that she could have while she was having the surgery. And she had a stroke due to that. She got an ambulance. They gave her a medicine that on her record she is allergic to. She had another stroke. Once she got to the emergency room, they gave her that same medicine again, and she had a third one. So she can no longer talk. Luckily, she can eat and everything. She has a feeding tube, but for 2 years she couldn't eat anything. She has lost 200 pounds. She was severely overweight. Now she's 90-some pounds soaking wet. So a lot has changed. I have to take care of her every day, and I enjoy doing it. Kind of sucks that it happened, but I'm sure all of you guys, oh yeah, and once she was recovering in the hospital, she was in a coma for a while and everything. Once she was recovering, the nurses were amazing in the recovering place. We had one nurse that would bring her in food, like home cooked food from her house, because the same thing was happening with her mother. So she knew kind of where we were going. So, forget where I was going. But I'm sure all of you guys had some type of experience like that, whether it was bad, like I was talking about with my grandma, or whether it was good and they actually helped someone and saved someone. And I know it's not really the nurse's fault that this happened with the whole doctor's experience and everything. It was the doctor's fault. But the nurses are the ones that read the papers and make sure everything is right what the doctor is doing before they go. That's one of the responsibilities. But I'm going to tell you why I personally decided to be a nurse, why it's right for me, what it includes, like the duties and responsibilities, and how communication plays a role in this career. And I personally am a very caring person. I love to help other people. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm constantly talking to everybody. That's who I am. I'm a caring person. And that's like the main reason why I think I would fit the nursing position. It's a very rapidly growing career. I believe it was, I didn't write it down, but I believe it was 28 or 29%, just like Misty's speech, of a career growth within the next 7 years. It's very good pay. It starts off pretty low, but it gets very high very fast. Very good pay. But after I figured out that I fit all them things, I liked all of them things, I wanted to look into some of the responsibilities that I would have to do while I was there. And some of them are figuring out the symptoms as soon as the patient walks in the door, taking the notes, giving it to the doctor, talking to him, taking blood, doing vitals, weight, blood pressure, all that stuff, temperature, checking the records like they failed to do for my grandma, checking the records and making sure that everything is correct that is getting given to them and everything along them lines. And completely lost my spot again. And administering meds, sorry about that. But there's a lot more duties than that, but that's the main ones that every job place holds you responsible for. There's more with other places, but that's the main ones. But the biggest skill that you need for this job, just like in every other job, is communication. It's the biggest thing. And you have to talk to the patient, the family, the doctors, other staff, everyone that you see throughout the day. You have to talk to them for this position. Everyone. From the second you walk in till the second you leave. It's not only speaking, the biggest part of this job is listening. That's the only way you're going to do it. As soon as the patient comes in, you're asking what their symptoms are, you're listening to what they're saying, asking them questions to figure out exactly what it could be. During their stay, you're going in, are you okay? Is anything getting better? Is it getting worse? You're constantly talking to them, telling the doctor that, explaining to them what the patient said. After the doctor has a diagnosis, one of the biggest parts is going in and telling them what's wrong, how they can fix it. Or if it's in the case of like where my grandma, where you can't talk to the patient, they're in a coma, speaking to their families. Sometimes in the unlucky circumstance when the person happens to pass, you have to be the one that goes in there and talks to the family most of the time. Doctors sometimes do it, but most of the time it's the nurses. which kind of sucks, but that comes along with the job. But being a nurse is not an easy job. It carries a lot of responsibilities and duties. You have to be able to communicate well, like I was just saying. But if you're very passionate about helping others and you're a very caring person, this is definitely the job for you, just like I believe it is for me. We need more nurses that actually care and don't just do it for the money, and that's what I want to do it for, not for the money. Of course it's a plus, but you have to actually care. That way you don't have the mistakes that happen with my family. And I know I'll be one of those nurses that care. Maybe I'll be your nurse someday, you never know. But thank you very much, guys.